Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Way That I See It. This is my podcast, and my name is Lucy Superfox. So on today's podcast, I want to talk to you about setting goals for 2022. At the time of recording, it is that weird week between Christmas and New Year. And I am absolutely hell-bent and set on my goals for 2022, goals across my personal life and my professional life. Now, I don't know about you, but one of the things I tend to do is I tend to set things called achievement goals. So they tend to be about reaching certain milestones. Losing a certain amount of weight might be an example. Earning a certain amount of money might be another example. Or if you're in a sales business, a certain sales goal. And achievement goals are fantastic. They're great drivers. They come with perks. They have a change in lifestyle normally when we achieve them. But what they don't necessarily give us is the tools that we need, or understanding the resources or who we need to become in order to have those things. So I want to talk to you today about really how to achieve your goals in 2022, how to go from wherever you currently are now to where you want to be. And I believe there are 4 key steps to doing that. So step number 1 is all about the story you are telling yourself. Now, I'm going to sit down probably on New Year's Eve, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write out 2022 exactly how I want it to go. I'm going to write out, how I'm going to feel, what I'm going to look like, when things are going to happen. And the thing is, guys, it's about writing out in so much detail that you believe it, but not so much detail that if it doesn't happen, you're going to screw, right? So for me, it's about writing out a map of where I want to be a year from now. So I normally write it. I'm basically writing a letter to myself a year from now. So dear Lucy, of New Year's Eve 2022, about to go 2023, I'm so proud of you for achieving X, Y, Z. I am so happy that I am so proud of you for consistently showing up to X, Y, Z, right? So I do this as something every single kind of end of the year period, ready for the following year. And I think the last year has been super uncertain. We've had a lot of back and forth. There's been a lot of yo-yoing. And I think what people need more than ever is certainty. But I am here to tell you, you can bring that certainty to yourself. You can give yourself that certainty, because when you write a story about how you want your life to go, you then back that story with a solid belief system, which is my point number 2. You give yourself achievement goals and habit goals that line up with that story. You will absolutely bring yourself the certainty. So, step number 1, write the story how you want it to go. Step number 2, what do you believe about the area of life? So for each of the things you've put in your story, I want you to really call yourself out on beliefs. And I'll be digging more into limiting beliefs on my Next Level Lucy profile, which is my coaching profile. So I'll be digging more into that over the coming weeks. But I want you to really ask yourself, what do I believe about these current things? So let's say you've put down a weight loss goal in your story. So in your story, you've written down a weight loss goal, whether it's an achievement or a consistency thing. Now, do you actually believe you can lose weight? If so, do you believe you gain the weight back again? Do you believe that you can only lose weight through extreme diets? Do you believe that you can only lose weight if you don't have a glass of wine at the weekend? What is your belief system backing the story? Because if the belief system you have doesn't back the story, it doesn't matter how creative, engaging, exciting, innovative, and passionate you are about the story. If the belief system isn't there, which is basically like the foundations to the house, honey, the story is just a story, okay? So you have to also do that work on setting yourself a belief system. Now, I recently had a therapy session, and I was basically explaining to my therapist how I had this story, but I knew I had conflicting belief systems. And we talked about how I could prove one right or prove one wrong. That's normally what you do with a belief. And instead, we came to the conclusion that I was going to choose. I was going to choose what I believed about the area of life. I was going to choose a belief system, and I was going to stick to that belief system. So that's the step number 2, is you've got to ask yourself, does your belief system back your story? If yes, amazing. If not, what belief system do you need to have for that story to be a reality? And how can you pour love, energy, conviction, faith, and trust into that belief system? Step number 3. Set some achievement goals. So some goals that have real milestones, they're real numbers or lines in the sand, whatever goal of area of life you want to go for, right? So set yourself some what I call achievement goals. They're one time, one moment, promotion-led, weight loss, a number-based goal that's very specific and very clear when you have met it. So once you've then set what that achievement goal is, that's amazing. You've worked out that you need a certain belief system to have that story, right? So I'm assuming you've also worked out a certain belief system to have that goal, because that goal would be in the story, right? If not, you then need to ask yourself, what do I need to believe to be true to achieve this goal? What do I need to believe to be true to achieve this goal? Okay. Next question. What action do I need to take to achieve this goal? Now, this is where habit goals come in. Achievement goals are often the culmination or the end result of repeating a certain action, habit, or habits over time. So you've got this amazing achievement goal that you want to have, you want to do, you want to create, whatever it might be. You have then got to understand what actions you need to take and what beliefs you need to have. So instead, could you take those beliefs and those actions and implement them as habits? Because if you did and you focused on the habit goal, right, the achievement goal would happen anyway. No? So many of us are so attached to the achievement goal that we actually forget to do the work. Or we do the work not actually focusing on consistently, in fact, we haven't achieved the goal yet, that we don't then allow ourselves to have a belief system to believe in ourselves. So I'm calling on you to say, what habit goals can you set for yourself that are daily, consistent habit goals that will move you in the direction of your achievement goal? What do you need to do on a daily, consistent, and progressive basis to achieve the achievement goal? That is how you will win and succeed in 2022. Number one, you've got a story of how you want it to go. 2, you've chosen and lived by and are faithful to your belief system. 3, you've set some serious achievement goals that you believe that you can have. And the belief thing is really impossible. Now, I always say that I believe in the impossible. I absolutely believe in the unseen, but I have to believe that I'm capable of achieving the unseen to even take a step in that direction. If we don't believe in something, the human body, human mind, human brain, whatever you want to call it, will keep us stuck and still and procrastinate a lot. So if you're procrastinating a lot, what are you afraid of? So number 1, story. Number 2, belief system. Number 3, achievement goals. Number 4, what are the habit goals that will help me get to my achievement goal? And then focus on tracking, logging, recording, maintaining, and sustaining, and whatever it takes to maintain and sustain that belief system and the habit goals. Because if you maintain and sustain both of those, in turn, you will achieve your achievement goals, and in turn, your story will come true. So a very simplified version, and of course there is always more to dig into, but hopefully they are some super simple tips that you can focus on to work out where are the holes in your belief, where are the holes in your faith, or maybe the holes are in your action, and instead you need to just get into action. Have a very happy new year. I hope you had an incredible 2021, but I hope that 2022 is better. I know that I will be better in 2022, and I cannot wait to share with you everything that's exciting that's coming up with my courses, everything exciting that's coming up with my businesses, and some of the future goals and dreams that I have for my life too. And I'll be sharing a little bit with you early in the new year, all about my story for 2022 and how I am going to make it come true. Happy New Year, and I'll see you all on the other side.